Hey guys, my name is Dr. Sharnael Wolverton Sehan. I was encouraged today to talk about something kind of personal, but or I choose to share it just because I was told that it could actually support other people who may be in a similar situation, um, and or there may be a lesson here. So, first of all, happy Saturday. I am at the park enjoying grounding and this beautiful pond, just reading and studying and journaling, getting some vitamin D before I go to Los Angeles next week to go to Conscious Life, which thank you for everybody who voted for my book. And I hope to see anybody who would like to come visit. I'll be speaking at Conscious Life Expo in LA and also touring the areas of the fire, which I'm sure are going to be extremely devastating. Hey, Ann and Tammy. So I'm going to talk today about something that is maybe controversial, and that's one of the reasons why I didn't want to talk about it. But again, I was encouraged to, so I am going to give this a try, and also would like to just preference this with absolutely no judgment for whatever your path is and whatever it is that you do or believe or how you walk out your life. And so to begin with, I was especially having some difficulty at the beginning of this year, not only physically, but also just emotionally, mentally. And I know a lot of you are, I'm not the only one. But was in Florida for New Year's and had a great time and was with a lot of people, Laura Eisenhower, Tyler. I don't know why my phone keeps beeping. Sorry about that. Craig was in town, and that was on amazing. But I ended up catching something, and also it happened to be the anniversary of all of the deaths that happened last year, and also still kind of reeling on the end of losing my beautiful companion, Nikita, my German Shepherd, who I've been with 12 years, who's just literally been by my side at work, conferences, retreats, like every day, sleeps in my room, like the whole thing. So, anyway, all that being said, phlegm and coughing and grief, lungs. So, lots of stuff just purging, coming out, clearing, and was kind of feeling desperate to the point that I was encouraged several times to go talk to this medium slash psychic, and I've only done that once before. It wasn't actually the best outcome. I have not had the best experiences with dealing with going to see anybody like that. Not that it's wrong to, whatever. If it, again, no judgment if that's your path. I do believe in the prophetic and or psychic abilities, and I do believe in the cloud of witnesses, and I have myself experienced people who have passed show up at the end of my bed or talk to me before they passed, and or one time on an airplane, two people were sitting next to me that were my children that had passed, and I could see them as plain as day. um, Several times I've witnessed this myself. I don't necessarily call myself a medium, and or I have had experiences where the other side, whatever, has come and brought me messages, and that's okay. Whatever. Some people, but I haven't personally went to a medium. I have, like I said before, went to one and it wasn't a great experience. And or Bob Stevens, who is my love partner and mentor, whatever, person, he always was very against it because he always encouraged everyone to go direct. And when he would talk about that, it was funny because I have direct TV. I don't know if any of you have direct TV, but whenever I see the little direct TV screen thing come up, it'll bounce around and it always reminds me, go direct for everything and anything. Like, not to look on any kind of codependent outside thing, but always look on the inside, because it's already within us. Everything is already in. When we choose to remember that it is in, and that we do have those capabilities to have full access and to remember and or be one, remember oneness with God, who is everything, and also we are all one, and so we have access to even tapping into other people and or the cloud of witnesses or those who've gone before us or after us. And so all that being said, I kept being encouraged to go to this specific person, and I caved, and so I set the appointment, and I was actually super really looking forward to this appointment. And there's some people that are like arguing, so I hope you guys don't hear that. But I made the appointment. I was actually really, really excited to go talk to this person, and very, very much in grief, very much in pain, but kept the appointment, and I made sure to clear everything for the rest of the day. The appointment was at 11 o'clock, and I made sure to clear the entire rest of the day, to not have interviews, to not have consultations, and to not have to actually be present for anything that would require my full presence, because I wasn't sure what to expect, and I didn't know if I would have like a bunch of integration due to me and to things to process. And I wanted to, if I ever do a consult with someone and or an interview, I want to be fully present and like completely charged and ready to be in service. And if I needed to process or integrate it, I didn't want that to affect anything. So I took the whole day off except for that. And I did have one situation where I had to reschedule 40 interviews and I think 12 consultations by grace from that 14 days of being ill. And so I was trying to filter some people in, and I did filter one person in at 10 o'clock before the meeting for an interview. Stephanie Butler had interviewed me for her podcast, and so I did my interview with her. Again, really looking forward to this meeting with this woman that I had, again, had a lot of people send me such beautiful references to her. So at 10 o'clock, I did my interview, and I think that'll be out soon. And I made sure to tell her that I needed to be off the interview 5 minutes early, because I like being on time, and I wanted to choose to be on with this lady with much anticipation. So at 10:55, I got on the Zoom, and when I got on the Zoom, I waited and I waited, and she didn't show up. And it was like 11 minutes after 7. And so I sent her a quick text or a quick email and just said, hey, making sure everything's okay. Our meeting is now, I'm on, looking forward to talking to you or whatever. And I still waited a few more minutes and I didn't see anything. So I went back while I was waiting and I just looked through old emails for that day. And I found an email from earlier. Actually, she had sent something at 10 a.m. and said, hey, our appointment is right now, I'm on. And I was like, 10 o'clock, that doesn't make sense, because we're at 11. So I checked my schedule. Everything says 11. Everything I could find says 11. And I responded to her and I was like, hey, I'm on right now. I think it's 11. And she came back and was like, no, it's 10 o'clock. Our appointment's at 10. And you didn't come on. You didn't show up. So I keep looking through all our correspondence, and I did find something finally, one little spot that said Eastern. And I was like, shit. So I'm thinking, this sucks. So I respond to her and I was like, hey, look, I just saw that you are Eastern. I'm Central. I'm so sorry that I misunderstood this, and please forgive me. I hope that you will forgive me. I know time is extremely valuable. I'm impeccable with my time and my integrity, and I do everything I can to be always on time, if not early, usually. And of course the train is coming right now, so I hope you guys can hear me. So I just profusely apologized and said, I hope that you can forgive me. Please let me know if you have any other time. I'm actually available for the rest of the day because I took off the whole day just for you. And I was hoping to chat with you today, and let me know if you could still chat. And her response to me came back pretty quickly and basically said, hey, our appointment was at 10. You didn't show. So I responded back to her. I said, yeah, I know that. That's what I was just saying. And, or I appreciate so much for you letting me know. I'm sorry I did not see your email earlier. I was actually on an interview. And I said, again, I'm profusely sorry. I said, I've heard so many great things about you, and I was really excited to be in touch. And I'm actually in a place of kind of desperation. And I was really looking forward to this. I said, I hope that you can let me know when another time is that we can reschedule and maybe get together to chat, because I was really looking forward to getting some help. And I said, again, I'm sincerely so sorry. And I'm also sorry for this train. Why? What the heck? So her response to me was, um, yes, I understand. And she said, not only am I psychic and a medium, but I am also a businesswoman. Okay, loud and clear. So I responded back. I said, yes, I understand. I, I get that too. And like I said, I hope that you will extend mercy and grace in this situation. I said, I do online interviews and consultations all the time, and I understand that things can get mixed up with time zones, all the different time zones in the US, let alone Canada and other countries. I think she's in Canada. And I said, again, I'm available for the rest of the day, and or if there's another time, please let me know, and I'd be happy to get together with you. I said, I have to admit, I'm just so disappointed in myself for missing this, and I hope that you understand. And her response was, yes, if you choose to set up another appointment, here's the link to set up a new appointment. Um, when that was it, she sent a link. So I wanted to say a million things, and also that's her choice. And I responded, and I was like, hey, I just want to truly apologize, and also, um, please keep your investment. I send it to you with all true and sincerity. Send it to the heart of God. And I said, I truly do wish you well. And also, you are not my person. And just realized that, um, as much as I could, that I guess this wasn't meant to be for whatever reason. And I tried to reframe it pretty much all day to get over the feeling, because I was trying to figure out why, like, gosh, why am I so disappointed? Of course I'm disappointed, because I was looking forward to it in anticipation for over a month, to the point of taking an entire day off that I could have worked, and just wanting some closure. um I was really wanting to speak to my grandfather, my grandmother, Bob, my dog who had passed. Just there was again multiple people who passed last year that I was hoping to connect with on some level, right? So I'm working with this coach named Z, and I'm actually going to introduce you guys to her in our members meeting in March, and then I'm going to have her on the show. But I called her to explain what was going on, because I have a tendency to ruminate on things and not necessarily. I'm remembering how to let things go with ease that bother me whenever things like this happen. And I was just like really ruminating. And another thing happened like this earlier this week. And so I called her to kind of process all of this. And, she made a good point. She said a couple things. She said, number one, you were opening up your heart to go and do something that you normally don't do, with hopes of a good result on your investment, and to get some closure and some clarity. And, again, I haven't done like anything like this before, not because I don't necessarily believe in it, but because in the past when I have done this, people just say like, oh, I see you writing books, or you're a conference speaker, or, something really like anyone can find on the internet. So I'm not a big fan, because if you could look at me up and anywhere, you're going to find all kinds of stuff on me. And it's easy to, quote, be a psychic. And it doesn't give me faith. Maybe they're not doing it like that, but it doesn't give me faith to know that someone could just look me up. And so I haven't done that in the past unless they could tell me something that no one could tell me about me, right? That would give me faith. So she made the point that number one, here you would open yourself up, you're grieving, you're going through all this, and you did something that you don't normally do. You're really taking a bold step to get some resolution and some answers, and basically you got the door slammed in your face. And so, yeah, that would be disappointing. And also your time is an issue. And she said, and also she encouraged me to give myself some permission, because she said to grieve and to give space for that, because yes, it's only been a year and my body somatically remembers that from a year ago, and is moving things through and out. And then she said, just one death is a lot, and or to have 6 in a short period of 12 days, and then also still reeling from Bob, and then also this trigger with my dog passing, that is a lot. And to give myself a break, or just some grace to process, and that it's okay. So as she's talking about this, you guys, I'm literally sitting on the couch in my living room crying, and I keep being distracted because I'm looking up, like, behind, in front of me on the top of my shelf. And my bookshelf, I have like a huge bookshelf on this large wall with hundreds of books. And this one book keeps like staring at me. And I'm looking, and I'm like, what book is that? And I'm like really staring at this book. It's dark. I'm like, I don't recall what that book is. I literally have to get a ladder to see what this book is. And I feel like it's literally calling my name, like, come get me, come see what I am, come look at this book. So while we were talking on the phone with Z, I go and get the ladder out of the closet. I climb up there. I'm still, holding my phone, climbing up there. I pull out the book, and it is this book, The Living Bible. I thought it was black, but it's actually green, right? And I'm like, I have almost every translation of Bible. And I did not remember buying that book. I'm like, where did that book come from? I'm totally curious about where this book has come from. And so I open up the book while we're talking. And inside of the book, it has this label. And the label says my grandfather's name and address. And I'm about to run out of juice on this call. But I'm like, what the heck? And then I look, and there are papers in this book with all this writing, 2 pages front and back, of like things to do and all this stuff, in my grandmother's handwriting. And I only have two seconds, and I have no way to charge this. I might have to do a part 2. But in the corner, and I almost missed it, is this writing that says, where is it? Sharnael's Bible verses. What? Okay, my grandmother was blind most of her life and was not writing at the end of her age. She's one of them that passed. She was not writing at the end of her life, so this must be like 20 years old. I don't even remember how I got this Bible. Obviously someone gave it to me. I look up the Bible verse and all of the Bible verses. Oh my gosh, I think it's gonna end. Please give me some juice. But one of the last verse on there says that the Lord is near the brokenhearted and contrite in spirit, those crushed in spirit. I'm like, what the heck? And I just start bawling, because I'm like, literally my grandmother is speaking to me from the grave at this moment. I look at the TV, and the direct TV is bouncing, and I'm just like, no way. And I'm thinking how Bob would say, go direct. I'm getting direct. And then I turn the TV on, and the guy from the plane and the helicopter crash that was on the podium, and he literally says right then, that minute, I know everyone who was on the plane. I take that plane lots of times back and forth, and losing one person is enough, but losing a lot of people is a lot. The same words that Z said. And then he said, when this stuff kind of happens, I go to this scripture, and he pulls out a piece of paper and he reads the same scripture that says the Lord is near the brokenhearted. I literally was like, oh my God, no freaking way. And I just started bawling and bawling and grieving and so much clearing and all this to say, go direct. It's already here. It was already here. They're already here. They're just a breath away. And everyone can speak to us whenever, and if we are aware of it. And I think I'm going to run out of juice any second. So I love you so much. I hope this helped. I know it's a lot. Hey, I'm back. Oh my gosh. Hello. Thanks for still hanging out with me. I had to go get a charger. Tuesday, please understand that mediums are talking with familiar stones. I don't need anything or other. Yeah, I understand. That's why Bob would always say go direct. So that's why I said no judgment if this is not your path, and or if it is, great. And also, all right, someone said they found me. I'm in California, in Louisiana right now, and I'm going to be in California next week. Hey, Shar, hello. You're fine. So much love. You are the best. You only need love. I added you from a billboard on Jubin Road. Thank you. I'm so glad you found me from the billboard. Awesome. Lark, much love to you. Not meant to be. You're right. It just wasn't meant to be. It's okay. Aw, we are perfect. So, I love you. I hope that made sense. And sorry for the pause here. I had to go run to my car and get a charger. But I hope that this helps some of you for whatever reason in some way or another. And I'm going to end it now. All right. Bye.